It's been a year as the chairperson of the Council of Ministers. Looking back, what would you say you've been able to achieve?
Well, thank you so much. I think we have achieved a lot because we had some few programs that has been taking place during the course of the year. We had a workshop on the SADC we want, where the council met just to figure out what is it that is a big challenge in our region. For instance, we've been considered a continent that is rich in two forms, rich in minerals and also rich in poverty. So we were trying to figure out what is it that we can do just to cut the other part of the rich and then stay with the minerals. First of all, we are saying the minerals that we have, because most of the time have been exploited by the big countries where they take raw materials, bringing it back to our region at a very, very high cost. So we are saying as a region, let's try and focus maybe in capacity building, capacitating all the people, especially the young ones, so that they can learn and then have a hands-on on what is going on. So when we go there, we're just taking the real product so that we can get all the maximum value of what we have as a region.
Your Royal Highness, do you think that citizens in the SADC grouping understand what SADC is and actually even feel like regional SADC citizens?
I hope people like yourselves are the ones sending the message to the SADC region. And of course, I hope they do understand, because the governments are supposed to be taking back all the information to the people so that we can hear from them. What I can say right now, some of the challenges we saw as affecting the region. We were saying government has been doing most of the things alone, but now we are saying let us involve, let's get everybody, let's get the private sector, let's get the business people, let's get everybody so that we have the SADC we want rather than the SADC that is imposed to the people. So I hope that message is taken around our region.
So one of the things that we're seeing more and more of is bigger integration, joining with COMESA, forming the Africa Trade Zone. And I'm just wondering what then will be the relevance of SADC as you get these bigger and bigger groupings coming into play?
Well, I think the relevance of SADC, first of all, the brotherhood and where we're coming from. We can't just crush it just because there is a new kid on the block. I think that solidarity is very, very important, because as SADC we also have programs that are chained for SADC. But the other regional programs like the COMESA, that it involves so many countries. Whereas if you do it sometimes group small, and then you are able maybe to impose certain programs that will be suitable for your region.
So the other thing is always implementation. I think these gatherings come up with great ideas, with great plans, great protocols. How do we move, as Minister Maitenkwana Mashabane was saying, into implementation and getting it done?
It's a mammoth task because as much as we can plan and plan and plan, but the major deal breaker is the resources. The resources are the one that are crippling us as the region, because we have the plans ready, but how do we take them forward is the issue of implementation. Because even if there is a way, if there is a will, but to get the resources, I think they are a stumbling block, which again is something that we are discussing as a region to figure out what is it that we can do. For instance, we are saying let's try and look from within, rather than maybe going to the people outside SADC, because usually such funding they come with some strings attached. So we are saying as a region, as much as we want them, can we squeeze as much as we can from ourselves and then form this kind of like a regional SADC fund so that we can fund some of the projects and programs that are there. But again, the issue of resources, we just come from the financial problems a few years. So SADC is still trying to come back from those challenges. But again, God willing, we will find a way.
So when I look at regional blocs like ECOWAS, we've got an ECOWAS passport, and the movement of people within ECOWAS is so much easier than we're seeing here in SADC. When are we going to get to that point? Because that's the whole point of these kinds of groupings, is that we skill each other, but we move across each other's borders and we fully integrate our different countries.
Well, again, I think it is something, it's going on. We are discussing it amongst ourselves. It's just that some of these touches upon sovereignty. So we are discussing with different countries. Others are willing to partake, to part with some sovereignty. Others, they are still having some challenges there and there. Because as much as we want to develop as a nation, there are some security measures which comes with development. You find that sometimes, we thought this was going to be something good for the SADC, but now you find that people are coming with some drugs, people trafficking children and so forth. But we are busy working on it, and hopefully, and so soon, we will come up with a good solution so that we can have one passport and then trade freely amongst ourselves and with Africa.
What would you say is going to be the most important thing that you need to get done at this gathering of ministers?
I think is to push the integration amongst ourselves very seriously. Most of the countries around the world, maybe I can give an example of maybe Europe. Europe is progressing because the integration is so severe, is so real. For instance, you find that maybe, I'll just give an example of an Airbus. You find that maybe England will be producing wheels, France will be producing wings, Belgium will be producing this and that. I think this is what we need again as SADC, to figure out what is it that is useful for us as a region. Let me give an example of the combis, because everybody is using combis, that's right there. So let's have some tires in Mozambique, some windows in Swaziland, engines in South Africa. Then we distribute the wealth as a region. And as much as we distribute the wealth, we're also helping ourselves because of migration. Because if this thing is not done fairly, you find that maybe the big countries, they will be having troubles because everybody is running towards greener pastures. But if we just try to distribute such programs, I think we can win it.
Your Excellency, Your Royal Highness, thank you very much indeed, and congratulations on the year that you've just finished, but I know that the work continues.
Thank you so much, and good luck to yourself.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, so that was His Royal Highness Sihlangusempi, who's the Minister of Economic Development in Swaziland, who's the outgoing chairperson of the Council of Ministers, again reiterating some of the things that Maite Nkwana Mashabane was speaking about a short while ago, integration, about getting things done. And there are definitely challenges, but they have to get into an arena now, or a time of implementation and getting the hard work done. So we'll see what comes out in the next 2 days as the Council of Ministers deliberate and prepare, I suppose, final statements, final positions that the heads of state will be able to engage with and maybe make decisions on come Friday, Saturday and Sunday. That's where we're going to leave it for the time being. We'll continue to monitor what's happening with the Council of Ministers. They're going into a closed session now, so we won't be privy to what they're discussing until a little bit later on, but that's where we'll leave it for the time being.
Thank you, Peter. That was Peter Ndoro coming to us live from Pretoria. Now, former AU Chair Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma says that the Deputy Higher Education Minister, Mduduzi Manana,